body blank here with my design template drawn onto it. It will have a maple top glued on, and that gives me the advantage to be able to cut some control cavities basically right the way through this body blank, which saves a little bit of effort having to go in the back and try to make sure you stop at a depth. Also with this build I'm going to cut some cavities that don't go all the way through. It's essentially going to be a chambered body, and the top, the maple top, is going to have F-holes in it. So it's going to be like a thin line Telecaster sort of idea with the chambered body. So it should be pretty lightweight, and it should give a resonant tone. So it should be a totally different style of guitar that I've usually built. So I'm looking forward to getting this started. I'm going to route out while I've still got all the wood surrounding the body shape, so I've got something for the router to sit on when I get towards these edges. Because if I cut it out before, it would just fall off, which is an issue when you're routing. So I'll get these cavities routed, and then I'll fire it through the bandsaw. I have my variable speed plunge router here, so I'm going to start with a couple of these shallow cavities, and it's best to try not go to the full depth all at once, but to do it in a couple of passes. So lower it down, take a small section out, and then progress deeper and deeper until you're at the level. That's the best way to do routing. I've got a few different sizes of bits. I'll start with a small bit to get a hole in there, and then I'll change to a bigger bit so I can take out more material more quickly. Again, just be careful, wear your eye protection, ear protection and lung protection for this. They're loud, they kick up dust and chips and whatnot, so you don't want to lose any of your main faculties while doing this. So be prepared, be safe. That's what I offer you in way of advice. I'll set my depth stop for about 5 or so millimeters below where I want to be, and that will just give me a shallow cut to get started with. And then once I've got sort of an idea of how it's cutting through the wood, I can go a bit further with it. So here we go. I've switched to a larger router bit now, so I'm going to take a lot of material out round about just about to the line, and then for all the edges I'll go back to the smaller one so I can get more accurate. So pass 1 went in quite smoothly. I'm going to go for pass 2 now. Here is that first cavity routed to about ½ an inch of depth, which is where I want it to be. It's all quite nice and neat, and I've not taken it quite to the edge of the line that I drew out for myself, which is probably pretty sensible. I'll continue with the other shallow cavities and then work on the deeper cavities after them. My F-hole cuts turned out pretty neat and tidy, other than this little tiny ding here where the router sort of fell off this edge, and I managed to catch it just in time before it cut anything more severe than a little notch there. You're always going to get these little notches when you plunge the router down in the first instance, but you're not going to be able to see it when it's inside the guitar. I'm going to get a little sand up anyway. With 2 F-hole cavities complete, I'm going to go in and try with the control cavities here, and I'm going to put the 3-way switch up on the top horn there. So I'm going to have to sort of cut my way through to the other side with this. I'll go in with the plunge router and go as far as I can with it, and then I'll probably have to turn the wood over and finish off the other side that way. These channels also need to come out. These are for the pickup wires and control wires, so I can just cut them as a channel, and since the maple top's going on top, that will just turn like a little channel on the inside. You won't be able to see them. And I've also got a 2 cm of neck pocket to cut out for my mahogany neck, which will be glued in there. I'm quite happy with the way it's turned out. It's looking nice. That's me mostly finished with these cavities now. These two I've still got to go right the way through at the back. I've gone to the absolute depth of my router, and we're pretty much that away from coming through the back of the guitar. So I'll probably drill a couple of positioning holes through and get a template the same size as this and position it on the back so I know exactly where it is and cut from there. Do with both of those, and then cut out some control panels once I've got the shape of the body cut out, and I can have those back plates on it. Still got this neck pocket to do. I'll probably do that right now. I've still got the router out and I'm in the mood. The neck pocket's been routed, the channel for the electronic cables has been routed as well. I think I'm pretty much done for today with the routing. It looks all pretty neat. Again, still got to go through the back of these, but I think I'll go and get showered and go to work now. So that's a good day's work. Next time I'll be throwing this to the bandsaw and cutting out the shape.